the registration periods. So before you start, you obviously get your options of classes,
Yeah.
and then you have to go online and enroll. And I have heard that Glasgow University has got a particularly challenging enrolment sort
I
of.
was actually going to use a different word. I was going to use pain and backside and kind
Mm.
of yeah, but they are. There was a bit
And
of
I
a
would say it's almost like Black Friday, where you
aye,
just feel this mad pressure to try and get this spot, because obviously you've had a look and you've maybe narrowed it down to say maybe 10 classes and you need six, or
aye,
say 12 classes and you need six. You've no idea how fast those spaces go. What you like, there's probably a lot of other people like that as well. And then when the spaces are gone, there's not really much you can do.
aye.
Here, course enrolment, right, let me just have a quick look. It opens Wednesday, the 6th of August, on a first
Aye.
come, first served basis. So the 6th of August, when does semester normally start?
Mid-September.
September,
Aye.
mid-September. So that's what, about 6 weeks?
6 weeks. Aye. Aye.
Roughly
That
about
that
six
that
weeks.
that sounds about right. About that before you get
And
enrolled. But
it's,
they tell you well in advance when the enrolment dates are going to be from anyway.
yeah,
I think for about July, it'll be blah date in August, etc., that the enrolment will be open. So, as you
and
say,
you
first come,
basically
first
find out
served.
via email. You'll be on this mass email chain as an honours student, or whatever kind of group you fall under, and then you'll get all of your information via email.
Yeah. And then you need to go online onto your university, your My Campus or whatever, and actually do your registration on that. And that is a wee bit of a nuisance to start with, but you pretty soon, I was going to say you pretty soon get used to it, but by the time you do it for the second year, you've only done it the once before, and you're sitting there having to kind of tippy toe through it again. But it's not as bad because you're not as completely in the dark as you are in the first year sort of thing. But
I will say on um, several years, and even including my master's year, so this past year, I had to get in touch with the enrolment team because I was having difficulty getting classes that didn't conflict in timetable.
aye, aye,
And there's so many listed that it just gets a bit overwhelming. So I think maybe three 3 years over the course of the five, I've used that team to help me, and I've said, look, I'm struggling here. I don't know how to kind of work this and get this, like, overcome this timetable conflict. Can you help me with what's going to not conflict?
aye.
And they're obviously really good at it, and they sent me back a list of, you have this, maybe six options that are going to be compatible, and that was very helpful. And I'm
Aye.
sure they must get inundated with requests, but I
I
guess
think
that's
they
their
do.
job.
I'm sure that they do, but they are, as you said, they're very, very good at resolving that kind of thing. Same with any IT issues and stuff like that as well. You get onto them and just kind of say, "Look, I'm having an issue with this," and they're on it like a flash. They really are, because they know that you've got enough pressure on you with like timetables and getting like essays and presentations and all that done that you don't need any additional distraction sort of thing. So they're absolutely excellent at kind of jumping on top of these kind of things and getting them resolved for you as soon as possible. I think the main point here, would you agree, Kerry, is like I said, just don't be afraid to ask. The help's
Mhm.
there. If you don't know where it is that you need to ask for help, ask somebody where it is, because your lecturers will be able to point you in the right direction. And then once you're actually, started down that road, they're absolutely brilliant. They really are. So there's nothing to worry about in that. First couple of weeks, there were a couple of people that are called, didn't apply to myself, but there were a couple of people that they knew within the first couple of weeks of the lecturers that this subject is not for me, and they were able to get onto another course again. I think it was provided that there was spaces available, of course.
Absolutely. I think
So
that's became a normal thing where there's almost like a sort of like a buyer's remorse period,
aye,
where they'll normally email a mass email saying the last chance to get
aye,
off that
aye,
course if you've made a mistake is maybe 3 weeks into the course,
aye.
sometimes even longer than that.
And that's something that for anybody that's doing the swap and just about to finish it, if you feel within that first few weeks that it's maybe not for you, then at the end of the day you can still change it. So it's not the kind of it's not the end of the road in as far as that respect, that you have to kind of just stick with it because you don't.